Okay.
So this is team 2.
I'm Chase, I was the medic.
I'm Ryan Schumacher. I was the marathoner.
I'm Vivian, I was the observer.
I'm Lindsay and I was the photographer.
I'm Brooke and I was the leader.
I'm Rob and I was the environmentalist.
So basically, what's our overall evaluation? Like what went well, what was difficult?
I think what went well is that we all gave up our own group goals for our own individual goals for the benefits of the group, and we made sure to stay together the whole time instead of just wandering off by ourselves and staying with the medic, which was a smart decision.
Yeah, I think throughout the at the beginning we kind of struggled with looking at everyone's health and the weather and everything, but as it went along we did a good job at checking in on everyone's health and making sure what decisions we were making was for the benefit of the group and not just our own trip.
So what was more frustrating?
I thought some of the things that were really frustrating was not being able to fulfill all my goals and the team's goals, because a lot of people had conflicts with their individual goals and the goals of the team as a whole. And as the medic, it was really frustrating only being able to help one person, because in most cases there was a couple people that needed help, but we had to choose what was more important. So that was pretty frustrating.
Yeah, going off what he said, since he was the medic, it was difficult to decide which peak to stay at for our extra night, because everybody's health was deteriorating at different times. So mine started to go down right when we climbed from peak 1 to peak 2, and we were sort of all contemplating what we should do, what materials should the medic use to help me. So it was really a big turning point, learning what we should do as a group to make sure our trip was successful.
Yeah, I think it was also frustrating when someone would be in critical health, but we didn't really know what was wrong.
Yeah.
With it. It would say they were critical.
We didn't know how critical
they
it
didn't have
was.
frostbite or other problems.
Exactly.
And so we didn't know how to help them.
Yeah.
So that was kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially early on, because Rob had that problem
Yeah.
after the first
First
phase.
camp.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
First step into the whole thing.
And we didn't really know the weather yet. We would start to look in for the predictions for the peak that we were going to climb to, but it wasn't always right, and we had to make predictions ourselves as a group. So based off of that, if someone was in bad condition and we made the wrong prediction, it would just mess us up even more and hold us back as a team from reaching the summit.
And I think that's something we could have done differently. In the beginning, we all talked about what our individual goals were, and I think that we kind of lost sight of that because we didn't make a visual, we didn't write it down or keep it in mind. We just kind of talked about it and then moved on.
But we did see what sacrifices we had to make between those individual goals. We were kind of all right, this person needs this and it might be more important than this, so we already came to a conclusion on what we all kind of wanted to do.
Yeah,
which
we
was
were
really good
about communicating about our plans and if we should proceed or not because of someone's health, or if a goal is to stay at base camp for a day.
And we were good at before kind of talking about what our plan was, but then when we started we didn't know what was going on. And so I think we got a little confused.
It was hard to get the gist of the whole simulation at first.
Once we made it past that first or second peak, we all had it kind of under our feet, and we knew what was going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
we prepared more.
yeah, what you would do differently is prepare more, probably stick to more individual goals throughout.
Yeah, keep up our individual goals as remind our group okay,
keeping
we can
a
stay
good
here, we get
balance
points.
between the two,
Yeah,
your
for sure.
personal goals and the team's goals.
Yeah, because if one gets too far behind, then they're really catching up.
Yeah.
Well, relating back to course materials, the interaction design in the group I thought went really well. I think in all of our meetings we set it up kind of similar to this, where we would just sit in a circle, talk back and forth, bounce off ideas and everything. And I think that we planned what we would talk about in the meetings before, and then we would discuss what would happen after the meeting, so we were prepared for everything that happened. So I think that the design of our groups was really good, and I think that added to the teamwork.
Yeah, I think us being together and not using the online chat thing, and being able to go over okay, someone's health is bad, or being able to just sit in a circle and bounce off each other was good.
Yeah, it made it a lot easier making decisions. We didn't have to worry about a technology issue. We were all here, we could talk about it, and if there was a conflict, we could deal with it then and there.
Yeah, like if an issue like him staying at that camp an extra day, like we kind of like
it's like
learned
technology.
yeah. Yeah.
We kind of developed norms throughout it because, like, whenever there was a conflict, we would vote on it, and then
Yeah.
we would all click at the same time. Like, we would all do everything at the same time and like stick together,
Yeah.
which was good, I thought.
Yeah, I think because at the beginning we kind of just went for it and didn't
Yeah.
even really like kind of watch the video. We like started it but didn't think it helped, and then we started off and had no idea what we were doing. So I think
Yeah.
going back and then developing norms throughout each
Yeah.
camp and like
We tried to do it individually in the beginning, and then we realized that's not gonna work. So then we all like started to work together.
But like
Yeah.
even from the beginning, we were like all on the same page. There wasn't like one person like sort of like trying to direct the whole group or like sway
Yeah.
people like, oh, we should do this, we should do
yeah,
that.
I think we had like each person's goals or like what their job was in mind, and so we
Yeah.
went over and we'd be like, okay, like the weather, like does anyone need medical attention, or like
Yeah.
everyone's health is intact or not.
We all had a
So-
sense of like.
Yeah,
what
we had a
wanted
sense
to
of
do.
each other's like
Yeah. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna make it to the top.
Yeah.
I thought it was like really surprising that we didn't get a better score. So I thought like our
Yeah.
communication was pretty much flawless. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
each said our individual goals, then we kind of like looked at the team goals and we like went from there. So I thought we were like communicating very well.
Yeah, we had no like conflict among each other. It was just like the
Yeah.
online conflict, and then
Like a goal conflict that we had
Yeah.
nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't
Yeah.
choose.
definitely.
Very true. The 5 dysfunctions of a team though, we definitely had like inattention to results. We saw that like our health may be reduced, but we had to stick it through to like stay together as a team. Maybe make some risks like that weren't too like good for some people, but would benefit the others at some
Yeah.
points. And if someone wasn't healthy, we maybe like had to disregard that and like look at the better interest of the group instead of just like that one person and see how we can make it to the top like all together. And then the fear of conflict also, like our individual goals compared to the team goals as we've been talking about. How to make like the right decision that was the best for our group. So like when I got really sick in the beginning, we tried to like figure out what was maybe like the best medical way to help me out.
Yeah.
And we didn't choose the inhaler, we chose the bag. What was the
The
bag?
Gamma bag.
Yeah, the Gamma
It was
bag,
the
you know.
wrong choice.
So I mean, we
Wrong
all were like
choice.
trying to help me out, like make me better, so we could keep all moving together. But we just, I don't know, it was one of those things that we learned from on our way up to the summit.
So what was the overall evaluation? Like, how do you guys think this experience went?
I think that we definitely could have like planned better from the start. We kind of just all came into it and made like the first decision to go up to peak 1 right away without really knowing too many like details and background on all of each other. So like once we made that move, we realized that we all had to like sort of like go back and look at our information to like decide like what we need to do and what's best for each person, you know. So
We
maybe
should've-
if we started that a little
Yeah,
earlier.
I think we should have like paid more attention to the videos because I feel like we were rushed into it. We like wanted to
Yeah.
get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we
Prematurely,
thought we knew
so-
what we were doing. Like we
Yeah.
like met earlier, and then we like thought, okay, like we'll start it, and they'll tell us what to do, and then it doesn't really. We kind of just have to do it on our own.
Yeah.
And so we had to go back and like watch the videos and how to teach us. And so
Yeah, we definitely thought we were more prepared than we
yeah,
actually
and then we were. But I don't know. I think it went well. Like throughout the thing, we kept improving.
Yeah.
Like as a group, we like started learning like okay, like which roles. Like we knew everyone's roles, not just our individuals. So we had to make sure like that like the weather was done and everything.
Yeah.
Like, after base camp 1, like we kind of got the gist of it.
Yeah.
Figured everything, everyone's roles out, and like got it all set up.
Yeah.
Like our communication definitely got better as we went along. We like definitely like talked about like what each other's health was like and like figured out together as a group like where we should go. And it
And,
was
like,
a smart move.
As you said before, we almost like split up at one point, but like that was like in the middle of our journey to like the summit, and that's when we all sort of got a feel for it. Like, no, like we can't really split up. We all got to stay together,
Yeah.
like because then the medic could end up there while someone's down here, and then it could just be like this whole process that we got ourselves into, you know?
We came together well as a group. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't too
Pretty quickly.
focused on our own like individual goals and
Mhm.
stuff. We really like focused on getting everyone up the mountain.
And we all had formal roles, but we all had like informal roles, like who's the decision maker was gonna be, like who's gonna like go back and forth and like what's gonna happen.
I think we all kind of did that too. Like we,
Yeah,
even though you were the leader, we
we're all
all.
kind of leaders.
Yeah, we all sort of
We
like
all-
thought your decisions were like the same one that we would have like maybe wanted, you know?
Same with the medic. Like we all made.
We're all on the same
medical
page.
decisions.
We all
Yeah.
had equal engagement, and we had a good time with it. We
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I feel like the overall group experience, like nothing to do with the simulation, went really well.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of technical difficulties that just happened.
Yeah.
And, like everyone handled it well.
Yeah, no, and then like just us like figuring it out and making sure we were going along at the exact same time, and then even when Rob accidentally stayed behind, like we worked it out. It wasn't like anyone got mad at him, like it just happened.
Yeah.
And so I think
We dealt with it as a group, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't put the blame game.
Yeah, no, I agree. So like as the observer, because you kind of like you didn't get to go up the mountain, like what do you think like us like the like decisions we made? Do you think like that went well?
I think the decision making, like the communication that went on between you guys went really, really well. I think you guys all bounced off of each other really well and made concrete decisions before you actually did anything with the simulation. So I like as I observed, I'm really shocked that I said before that you guys didn't do better because you all worked really well as a team.
Yeah.
It just kind of sucked that there were so many health issues.
Yeah.
So I feel like
From
they
the
all
get-go.
really, right from the start. So I thought that everything
Kinda put
else
us
went
on
really
our
well.
heels.
Yeah.
That was like super frustrating for me because I could only do one thing at a time.
Yeah. And we didn't know like it told me that like I was like prone to being really sick, and we thought that
The Gammo bag.
the Gammo bag was the best part for it, so we went with that.
Clearly
But
not.
Yeah, I think it was good
Not too
though too,
much.
because like she didn't just sit there and watch us and like wait for us to make
Yeah,
decisions. Like
she
you
was,
helped
like,
even though you
put it
weren't
in
actually
check.
active going up the mountain. Like
yeah, we forgot. Like I forgot that you.
yeah, like she wasn't
That
even
thought
like,
was-
it seemed like we were all like going up the
We
mountain
worked
together.
together,
Yeah.
no matter what our goal was.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good experience. I had fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our group works well together.
Yeah.
We did. I think we did.